Business Today is brought to you by...
Shouldn't banking start with you? After all, it's your life and we're just one part of it. So no matter what life throws at you, at Scotiabank we guide you through it with people who actually listen and with services that enable what matters most to you. Because at Scotiabank, it starts with you.
This is Business Today. I'm Marlon Madden. A PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC study has found that chief executive officers are increasingly optimistic about the economic environment globally, at least in the short term. Of the business leaders surveyed in this year's study, 57% of them said they believed global economic growth would improve in the next 12 months. This is almost double the level of last year's 29% and largest ever increase since PwC began the CEO survey in 2012. The findings of the survey, which included more than 1,300 CEOs, did not provide a breakdown for the Caribbean's involvement. However, PwC's East Caribbean leader Michael Bino said the optimism came from tangible signs that there were opportunities for growth. He said he was hoping any global growth would benefit regional economies, saying that any boost to businesses at this time would be welcome. Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is assuring the business community that improvement is on the way for a number of government departments and agencies. Addressing the recent Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry luncheon, Stuart said competitiveness action teams have been set up by the social partnership and will be driving implementation efforts.
These competitive action teams are focused on improving output and efficiencies in areas like at the Grantley Adams International Airport, the Bridgetown Seaport, the Tongue and Country Development Planning Office, and tax efficiency with respect to the Barbados Revenue Authority and the Customs Department. The social partnership will continue to be fully engaged in this project.
Outlining the objectives of the Barbados Sustainable Recovery Plan 2018, Stuart said emphasis would also be placed on reducing the cost of doing business and increasing the turnaround time in government departments.
Productive sector reform will also be pursued, focusing on efficiency through reducing the cost of doing business and increasing the speed of critical government deliverables, for example, permits and planning permissions, in key sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, construction, tourism, international business, and energy, in order to improve standards and the attractiveness of the country to domestic and foreign investors.
Republic Financial Holdings Limited has recorded a profit of 340 million TT dollars for the first quarter ending December 31st, 2017. This represents an increase of 10.2 million TT dollars or 3.1% when compared to the corresponding period of the previous financial year. Total assets stood at 70 billion TT dollars as of December 31st, an increase of 2.2% over 2016 corresponding period. Immediate past chairman Ronald Harford, who retired from the board on December 31st, said the improvement in profitability was driven mainly by better performance in the company's overseas territories. The profitability in the Trinidad and Tobago subsidiaries declined because of an increase in loan impairment expenses of 34 million TT dollars and increase in taxation of 14.4 million TT dollars arising from the 5% higher tax rate. Harford said despite the economic challenges in several key markets, the company remained reasonably optimistic that the sound performance achieved in the first quarter will continue for the remainder of the year. Meanwhile, the bank has announced the appointment of its new chairman, managing director, and president, Nigel Baptiste. Baptiste takes over from Ronald Harford, who retired from the board of directors on December 31st, 2017. The bank also welcomed its board of directors, Debbie Fraser, attorney at law and deputy chairman of the Financial Services Commission of Barbados. She replaces attorney at law Peter Simmons, QC, who served on the board since 2003. The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association (BHTA) is continuing its thrust towards promoting the island as a tourist destination. As such, chairman of the association Roseanne Myers and Chief Executive Officer Rudy Grant will be promoting the destination at the Caribbean's largest and longest running market event, the Caribbean Travel Marketplace in San Juan, Puerto Rico, between January 30 and February 1st. The event will attract at least 90 new buyers from 9 different countries. This year, more than 200 delegates from close to 100 buyer companies are expected to be in attendance. Now for today's financial tip. There are several ways to save money. One of the best ways to do so is to set a goal. Start by thinking what you might want to save for, anything from a down payment on a house to a vacation, then figure out how long it might take you to save for it. That's business today. Join us again on Thursday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Martin.